So I want to show you when you may finally start to see this exiting your area as we go into the next couple of hours. Let me get the one that's a little bit closer in to the local area. So here we are right now at 6 o'clock. The eye just beginning to move into the Wauchula and Arcadia area. So Hardee-DeSoto counties now through the next 3-hour period is when you're going to see your worst with the winds and that flood potential with up to 15 inches of rain possible. Notice these red colors don't make it back to Tampa and St. Pete, which means we're not looking for that excessive 15-inch rain total, but we could get over 5 inches of rain as the forecast looks right now, and the center continues to move to the east-northeast. By 8 to 9 o'clock, Polk County, you start to get into the category 1 or 2 force winds as we see the center still holding its intensity as it moves northeast. It's still at 130 right now, but by 8, 9 o'clock, it'll likely be closer to 100 and maybe not 90, and that could put it back down to the Cat 1 level. But toward the west coast and in these areas here in Sarasota and Manatee counties where you've picked up that 15 inches of rain, we're still going to add several more hours of heavy rain. I think until we get to the midnight hour, we'll start to cut down the rain here at the coast. The strongest winds push inland. We'll also get winds coming back in onshore, which leads to slight surge concerns, but certainly not as bad as what it looked yesterday, the day before, especially from St. Pete north where we had those higher forecasts. In Sarasota, of course, the surge has been there with the eye making landfall, but a lot of the eye wall in Sarasota County was actually with winds going offshore. So we have seen, unfortunately, it looks like maybe up to 15 feet of surge down in the Fort Myers and Naples area, with a lot of video coming out of that region right now. Then as we go to 2 a.m., the storms continue to slide off to the east. We get the wind starting to calm down. We'll go back below tropical storm force at that point. We could see a gust up to 40, but really by 2 to 3 a.m. and up to 6 a.m. along the coast, we're back below tropical storm conditions, holding on to that for a few more hours here in Highlands and Polk counties. And then as we go through the east, we're going to watch this thing really start to pull out toward the east and finally allow things to calm down for us. So here's what it looks like at the Sunshine Skyway. Of course, it was closed very early this morning. You can see the white caps on Tampa Bay. And like I mentioned a second ago, we're now seeing those winds over 80 miles per hour in St. Pete at Albert Whitted. And of course, we're just a mile or two north of here, south of here at the Skyway at this point right now. So we've got 80-mile-per-hour winds through Manatee and Pinellas County. We'll see that moving into Hillsborough County. And again, we had a power hit here at the station as it reported a 70-mile-per-hour gust here in Tampa at the International Airport. So we've got these stronger winds that are now moving into areas that are more populated like Hillsborough and Pinellas County. But right now, the main concern for the wind is with that extreme wind warning for those of you east into Hardee and DeSoto counties. Sarasota County, our concern is now flooding as we've seen over 15 inches of rain falling in parts of the county. We'll have more updates for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. Jameson, Wendy?